Before I start this video, I want to say that there's a major trigger warning. The following things will be mentioned: suicide attempts, toxic behavior, and possible grooming, but it's non-sexual. Please proceed with caution. Thank you. Hey everyone, this is going to be more of a darker video, a more serious video, and I want to make it clear that all of these events happened. I will be providing proof to back up claims that I can prove. They won't be just screenshots, but I will be screen recording whatever I can to prove it's in fact real. Do I care about backlash? No, I don't. I'm tired of staying silent. I'm tired of acting like nothing happened, and I'm tired of watching others be hurt by this person. She's an adult. She should know better. I won't be revealing her age, but she is over 18. While me, a minor, is 15. I was 13 and 14 when all this happened, and the most recent incident was in February 2021. So, what exactly happened? Let me take you back to 2020, specifically January 2020. Sit tight, this will be long. Proof for my allegations, I would say later on, will be proven at the end of this. January 2020. Yumi was holding a MEP, also known as a multi-editor project. This was for Bunny. We began talking since I was given the parts that needed to be taken. It was all good at first. We were just acquaintances. Frankly, I was excited because one of my favorite gacha tubers at the time had noticed me, and I was actually talking to her. Any young person would be. Keep in mind, my age at that time was 13. My birthday is March 6th. Nothing much happened in January or February. But here comes March 2020. Now, we had been talking a little bit during this time frame. Not a whole lot, but it was enough to be talking at least every few days. She had asked me for help to create a GLMV or meme to help with Bunny's channel. I would be given credit. I was excited. I even talked to my parents about it, but of course they were skeptical and said it could be fake. Due to my parents influencing me, that got out to the public. So on some day in March, Yumi had DM'd me. She was upset with me because I had claimed that it could possibly be fake, which would be normal of course, but this was just the start of it all. I do admit, I was a bit immature, but come on, I was 13. 13-year-olds make mistakes. It doesn't excuse those mistakes, but it surely is a good reason. So, I apologized and we moved on. On March the 6th, my birthday, the video was posted. It was the Freaks GLMV. I was again super happy because, well, this was on my 14th birthday. I had wanted a goal of 800 subscribers, and I really surpassed my goal with that video being posted. April 2020 was uneventful. May 2020 had some events. Me and Yumi were still talking and became somewhat friends. So in May, she was having bad mental issues and I slipped into a dark hole. I don't recall what happened with her to cause that, but she had pushed me away and told me she didn't want to be friends anymore and that I should leave. Me, being dumb, I left. I'd really screwed up as I wasn't supposed to do that. No, I can't do that. I couldn't possibly ever try to leave without some sort of consequence. Around this time, I also met Bonna. This becomes important later on in the video, as she will have a segment later on. Anyway, so we stopped talking until July 2020. I was doing really bad with suicidal thoughts and all, and had an incident that I now don't remember. She messaged me asking if I was okay, and we started talking more after that. Now, I don't remember which month it was, but it was either August or September. We were all on a call, me, her, and Bunny. I was browsing YouTube and had searched up her channel. I decided to scroll down a bit and saw a weird heat video with Rabbit in it. I said it wasn't that bad. In reality, it truly isn't. The actions are bad, everything depicted is bad, and, what's portrayed is bad. But the content itself isn't bad. I said this. They both got really quiet, and Yumi just started getting really mad at me, screaming at me over text, because she doesn't talk on calls. Bonnie just went silent and said bye. Soon later, Rabbit got mad at me, but we talked it over and came to a friendly conclusion, but then I had to go. Nothing really happened before December. We had inconveniences here and there, but that's a part of any friendship. Friends will fight, but they always try to make it up after, and it usually just brings them closer together. December 2020. On Christmas Day, the 25th, I'd received my Huion Canvas 16 Pro drawing tablet. I was super excited as I'd wanted a tablet for years. I should have, obviously, yes, as I just wanted to show it to people. One of those people being Yumi. She got really upset and jealous over it, which inevitably ruined my Christmas Day and made me feel guilty about getting a tablet, while she's over here struggling to survive. I do believe the situation jinxed my tablet, which is now broken and I need a replacement. We made up after that day, but the damage was already done. Just 3 days later, the 28th, I decided to change my character design to the one I have now. Now, Yumi had mentioned before that she hates when people change their OCs. I acknowledged it. But at this point, I had forgotten since so much had happened in 2020. I mean, am I really going to remember that? There was a freaking pandemic, yo. She got really mad and we ended up having a really bad fight and, well, that was the end of it. For the next month, January, I struggled really hard. I was constantly having suicidal thoughts, and I felt bad I caused so much pain. I felt alone, and seeing that she was happier without me it made it so much worse, But around that time, I began to open up and realize that this was straight up toxic. I still struggled, but not as much. In February 2021, we began talking again, but it was only for a short period of time, as in literally just a week. This is where it gets really, really messed up. We were doing good, but I guess I'd said something wrong and she said she was using me. At the time, I was in PE class, so I ended up breaking down and I was about to pass out. I went to the counselor's office. I vented about it to a friend, which ended up to Bunny, which then ended up back to Yumi. I had not expected this friend to go to Bunny. This made it worse, and to put it simply, it ended in me and Yumi fighting and me blocking her. Mine and Bunny's friendship was also severely damaged, to the point I'm not able to be truly friends with them until I'm 17. So after that, I was at my all-time low, the lowest I'd ever been. I was constantly thinking about suicide due to the trauma of it all really affecting me. In April of 2021, I even attempted to take my own life. I didn't get very far with the attempt, but it's still an attempt nonetheless. Me and Yumi have since made peace and went our separate ways, but I can't stay silent. All this is really weighing me down. I just want to speak up. I don't want to stay silent and act like none of this happened. I can't deal with this anymore. I want to just talk about it with people to get it off my chest. I've been wanting to say this for so long now. Now, this is my version of the story. Hers may be different. Also, a little note to people, don't use depression, sensitivity issues, or anything like that to be a toxic butthole. Just because you have a mental disorder doesn't mean you should treat little children who have no life experience like trash. Depression, SHP, or whatever the heck you have doesn't excuse literal bullying. I mean, I nearly killed myself because of this. And not to mention, Bonnie's handling of the situation was just shocking, kind of disgusting, because I had all rights to be upset. I had all rights to feel the way I did. But she took Yumi's side. Now, I understand this. You know, it's your lover. But you can't just take her side in everything. If she's being toxic, you have to acknowledge this. And you have to just accept that she's being toxic. You have to work with her on this. You can't just let her hurt literal children because, oh, well, she's my lover, who cares? You know, and Bunny, you're probably watching this. Please handle these situations better. It doesn't have to be with me. If she hurts any other children, please handle it better. Because how you handled my situation made me feel like no one cared. It made me feel really alone. You made me feel like I was making this all up. You made me feel like I was overreacting. I was so ready to show you the proof of her being mean to me. But no, I couldn't possibly accuse your girlfriend of being toxic. I couldn't possibly be right. Yumi's always right, isn't she? She's always right. She's always in the right. She's never toxic. She's never wrong. And that's sarcasm for you, kids. And I don't hate Bunny or Yumi, but I do believe Yumi should stop using depression, SHP, whatever she has as an excuse to, you know, hurt kids, to hurt, you know, people with no life experience. With, like, I'm 15. I haven't been a teenager for even 3 years yet. I've been a teenager for 2 years, 13 and 14. And I just turned 15 probably 2 months ago. So it's disgusting. You don't use depression as an excuse to push people away. You don't use it as an excuse to just guilt trip people. Because what I went through was manipulation. Accept it. It was grooming. It was non-sexual grooming, but it was grooming. And there was gaslighting. There was, you know, guilt tripping. You know, there's a lot of things. And yes, I may be in the wrong here. There's some things I did that I absolutely regret. I am not a total saint here. But there's a certain extent to how wrong I can be. I am not always wrong. I am not always the bad guy here. Sometimes I'm the victim, and you just have to accept that. You're not always the victim, Yumi. Stop making yourself out to be the victim 24/7. And don't victim blame me, because I don't know, it's just, that's disgusting, okay? Thank you. Now, for the conversation of what happened that day that I went to the counselor, screenshots are good, but here is screen recorded proof.
Okay, so I decided that I will talk over this and we'll go through the whole entire conversation. So this is on my phone, so I completely apologize if the mic quality is bad. So, scary grammar type, huh? I was talking about, you know, people asking me on her server if we were doing good, and I said yes, but like at first she was doing the scary grammar type stuff, you know, not that bad. And I said she loosened up because it felt like she was. And then she's like, haha, funny how you believed it so easily. Would you like to know the truth? And I'm like, well, if I was offensive, I'll go ahead and apologize. So sorry, I didn't mean to say anything in a bad way. And I'm like, yes, truth. I am using you. And at that point in time, like I mentioned earlier, I was in class and I ended up breaking down. And I'm like, oh, I see. Correct. Sigh. I don't really have anything other saying that really hurts. And she's like, do you think I care? And I'm like, no, I don't. And looking back on this is like really messed up. And I'll admit, yes, I was trying to get her to stop, which can be seen as guilt tripping. You know, I'm like, and I'm in school, so I'm trying my best not to, you know, break down. This was me attempting to get her to stop. And I wanted her to stop. I couldn't stand it. And I know age, you know, I should probably stop saying minor, 14, but I was 14, so, and I'm 15 now, so. And she's like, not sorry. And I'm like, expected. And then she's like, unfriend me, that's all you gotta do. And, I was so nice to her. I tried, but it's like, she didn't even care. And then she accused me of being a masochist, and I'm not a masochist. And then she accused me of not caring, which that is completely untrue. And she's like, you want to show off on how you're the only one I talk to. No, that is so wrong, Yumi. That is completely wrong. And then she tore at me, and yeah. So my friend DM'd her. Hi there, I heard you were a friend or significant other of Yumi, and I thought there was something you might want to be aware of, as I know that I would want to know about my friends. As an adult, knowing that Yumi is also a grown adult, I have quite a bit of concern about their interactions with children as of late. It has been brought to my attention that Yumi has been harassing and bullying and using a minor, which is pretty serious. I know one of my girlfriends was I know that if one of my girlfriends was acting as such, I would want to know about it, so I'm just here to give you a heads up, and that's a serious matter that's not to be taken lightly. I'm not here to hate on you or fight. I'm here to let you know the situation, and that I consider a very serious and really disappointing situation to see a grown adult treat a kid in such a manner. Hope you have a nice day. Novion. Okay. And then Bunny is like, Yumi has not spoken to anyone other than me, so get your lying theory and your judgments out of here. We only talk to each other. Try to provide proof next time. Try to prove next me. Sorry. Like, both of the grammars is just confusing. Before making accusations, because I know my Yumi. If you're talking about Glenn, keep them from right. Have a good day. And my thing is, Nova, you should have provided proof, but whatever. But Bunny immediately shot it down. She immediately was like, oh, no, you're lying. I know my Yumi. And no, she wasn't the only one Yumi was talking to. Yumi was also talking to me and probably other people. And now she's like, you can take it. And I may have said that, but that halfway a lie, halfway truth. Because some stuff I can handle, some stuff I just, can't, And then, first she was mad, and then she's like, getting all sad once I put my foot down. And it's like, once I explain myself, she's like, just, like, then she gets all sad, and I'm like, dude, man, I swore a little bit here, but I was trying to get her to stop. And then she says, if you don't unfriend me, I'm going to delete this account. And I'm like, that won't do anything. That'll just make it worse. And you're hurting me. Dude, no. No, you know very well what you're doing. You're hurting me, and now your friend's doing it too. You can never understand me. And you're just a minor, and I'm just a selfish adult who can't control my emotions. Yeah. Okay, and that was the last message before stuff happened again, so I'm gonna... Yeah. That's about it.
Now, on to my friend Bonna's segment. Then other people's segment, because other people wanted to put their input on this. So, yeah, that's all for me. That's literally all for me. I'm not going to say anything else throughout the video. Goodbye. Have a great day. I'm Bonna, and I'm the person that Nova was talking about. So, we had met previously in May of 2020, and during this time, we just met. We met over, I believe it was like Instagram or something like that. Or, no, sorry, it was over a Discord server. And, we'd met, and they vented to me a lot about, Yumi being, toxic, stuff like that. And it was awful. I felt really bad for them. No one should have to go through that. And, it's awful. No one should have to go through what they went through. And I don't know. So throughout the year, they had been venting to me a lot about the experiences. And I was honestly disgusted. It was disgusting. And you don't treat a minor like that. You don't do that. It's not socially acceptable, so you shouldn't do that. And again, don't use mental health as an excuse. Now, I don't really have much to say. I was just told to say whatever the heck I want. But the December incident was a total just overreaction in a way. Like, I know you're sensitive, Yumi, but you can't use that as an excuse to yell at a kid for what? Changing their OC. That is just vile. That is disgusting. And you shouldn't do that. There is no reason to do that. It's just a character. To us, it's just a character. To literally everyone else, Yumi, it's just a character. You don't get mad over a character. A character is a character, and a character design is just a character design. I understand you feature them in a lot of your videos, the old OC design, but just because they changed it doesn't mean crap. You can still feature their old OC. They said that was okay. They said you very well could. But no, that was not good enough for you. Now, seeing them suffer was just heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Seeing them, constantly, want to die because of the trauma, because of the pain, the guilt. As a friend, that's just, it's hard, Does anyone really want to see their friend in such a dark hole that you're scared you're going to lose them? No one does. Unless you're sick and twisted, maybe you do. I don't know. But, yeah. And the fact they attempted suicide was just awful. And I never really talked to Yumi that much. We didn't really, get along. I mean, we were like just acquaintances, not really friendly acquaintances, just acquaintances. Not even bad acquaintances, just, neutral. And I never attempted to talk to her because of how she was treating Nova. Now, that's really all I have to say because, one, I don't have a script, two, I don't know what else to say. So that's about it for my segment.
I know I wouldn't say anything else, or that's really what I said, but I'm gonna say something for in the video. So, yeah, that's about it. If you still support Yumi, that is perfectly fine. But I just wanted to make you all aware of what happened and, you know, why I just seem so upset all the time, or, you know, because I'm pretty sure it's probably noticeable that I've been depressed for the past few months, and I wonder why. Now, I am really, really scared to post this video because I am terrified that it'll backfire on me, but my friends and another specific person have encouraged me to just go on with it. And yes, I'm aware Bunny or Yumi, or both, for crying out loud, will comment on this video, and yeah, and I'll probably be called out, but that's perfectly fine. I'm ready for it. And just, if you don't believe me even after like 20 minutes, then I mean, that's fine. That's up to you to determine your own opinion on everything. And thank you, Bonna, so much for helping me. Everyone else who, you know, wanted to be in the video decided they didn't want to be in the video at last minute, so it was just me and Bonna. But, you know, that's perfectly fine. That is absolutely perfectly fine. And I understand they don't want to get into it, but me and Bonna just don't really care. And, yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening. Thank you. Bye.